Hello to our CCR TV viewers. We have with us Sister Mariola AC, all of 80 years, who has done a lot of work in the field of education, counseling and process work. Today we will get to know the person that she is and the kind of work that she is doing in society. Sister, could you tell us what made you decide to join the convent to be a sister?
One of our teachers, I was in the 8th standard.
Okay.
She went to become a nun. And we used to love her very much. She looked pretty also, and she was a very good teacher. So we all went to her house. Those years we were only 12 in that class. So when we told her not to go, we cried bitterly, we told her not to go. She said, okay, I won't go. But she went. And when she came back, she was one day going down, after receiving communion, she was going down in the middle aisle. I looked at her, and I think at that point in time, I decided that I would become a sister.
Okay, so it was more about a nun influencing you rather than your family. What about your family support?
No, my mother did not want me to go because I was an earning member, because I didn't have my father. My father had expired. And we were 5 of us. She didn't want me to go. Superior General came. No, those years, no Superior Generals used to come to anybody's house. But she came to my house to tell my mom that God is calling me, that Jesus is calling me. My mother said, don't take her. But she objected a little at the beginning, but after that she allowed me to go.
And what is it that attracted you to this particular order of Apostolic Carmel?
Because there was no other order. We were Portuguese regime time. We were not allowed to read Bible even those years. And these sisters came all of a sudden to our village, Aldona, and I joined them for English school. I was supposed to go to Lyceum for Portuguese. But suddenly these nuns came, so I went to English school, and those were the only nuns we knew, so I joined them only.
Okay.
No other nuns were there in Aldona.
And talk about the sisters working in the school. You have also done a lot of work in the field of education per se. Can you tell us something about that?
Okay, I am MA in education, and we are divided into provinces. In our India, we have 5 provinces, Sri Lanka 1, 6 provinces. So I have been to all our convents, right up from Goa to Chandigarh. So as a high school teacher, headmistress, as a high school headmistress, only in Delhi I was a principal of a higher secondary. And all my years, most of my years were spent in the northern schools. So in 1990, if I can trust my memory, I was brought down to Goa. And in 1998, I got a national award from the President of India. And we had to go to Delhi that time to get the award for the best teacher in the country or whatever. And in 2000, I retired. Whole life of mine, mostly, I have been superior as well as principal. Superior is the manager of the school, except here and there. So in 2000, when I retired, they still made me a superior in our school in Aldona.
Okay.
So I kept all the 3 years, I kept worrying them, you all have trained me in process work, you all have trained me in counseling, I would like to do that work, I don't want to be a superior, please, please, please. So finally they relieved me on that, and from 2000 to date, I'm doing process work and counseling.
So your life as an educationist was also pretty exciting. Could you tell us, your life after this field of education, now that you're into counseling and process work? First of all, could you tell us lay people, what exactly is process work that you do?
Okay, to make clear what process work is, I would have to say a word about counseling.
Okay.
You have a problem, you come to me, I help you help yourself to get out of the problem. That is counseling.
Yes.
Process work, I help you not to fall into the problem.
Okay,
you
like
don't
a pre-step.
Pre-step. You don't fall into, we help you, like we do I was doing what is called PDP, Personality Development Program, for children from standard 1 to 10. And we used to teach them, I have a team, we used to teach them how not to fall into any problem.
Like helping them with their behavioral patterns.
Behavioral patterns, their studying patterns, their games, wherever, how they can help themselves not to fall into problem. But children being children, they would, and then do counseling and help them out.
So, sister, could you tell us what are the steps involved in process work that you do?
Okay.
What are the various steps? There must be some order.
Yeah, process work. We start with thoughts. We teach you how to, usually people create negative thoughts.
Okay.
I can't do this, it will not happen right. No? We help how to create a positive thought. We teach them also, if you have created a negative thought, for myself also I'm telling that, because I'm in the habit of creating negative thoughts, I delete and I substitute. If I say, I cannot lift this cup, I say, I delete that thought and I say, I can lift it up, and I lift it up. So that is the second step of deleting and substituting with a positive thought. Then when you do this, when you keep doing this, you start getting positive feelings. You feel good about yourself. I can do it. No, you feel positive feelings.
Exactly.
And these feelings, many feelings together, build up an attitude here.
Okay.
This is the factory in which the attitude is built. And once a positive attitude is built, you have positive words. If you create a negative attitude, you have negative words. But in the process work, we teach them to create positive attitude and speak positive words.
Okay.
Many positive words make a positive habit.
True.
Or action, positive action. Lifting, I can do. Positive thought, positive word, and action positive. Becomes a positive habit.
Okay.
And positive habits, many positive habits, become a positive personality.
Are these like affirmations? Are they the same as
Affirmations and also doing,
Okay.
just not thinking but doing. For example, I cannot go to Aldona alone.
Okay.
Suppose that is my negative thought, and I delete it and I say I can go. So I go, take a taxi or take a rickshaw or take a bus, and I go. So it's action also, not just thought, not just words, but action also, doing also.
And when you're dealing with your process work on a day-to-day basis, are there different methods you apply for children vis-a-vis adults?
Same methods, but in a babyish way.
Okay.
But for a little child, I would say, there was a little boy now, I'll tell you one thing, not lately, some time back. He would not even enter the center. He was standing there and crying. So I said, suppose his name was Mario, but I can't remember his name. Mario, come inside. I'm not going to come. So Mario, come inside. I have a chocolate for you. So he walked a little step forward. He came there, he would not sit. I said, I'll give you 2 chocolates. I always keep chocolates for children. I'll give you 2 chocolates if you sit. So he sat at the front, here like this. So I said, give you 3 chocolates if you sit nicely. So he sat nicely. I gave him the chocolate. You have to eat afterwards, not now. Now you know what? Who has sent you here? Principal doesn't like me. Teacher doesn't like me. Mama doesn't like me. They brought me here. Because the St. Brito's had sent the boy to me for counseling. But I want to tell you something, I said. What do you want to tell me? He's very angry. I said, Mario, you are a nice boy. Don't say simply. I said, I'm telling you, really, you are a nice boy. I told you to sit straight, and you are sitting straight. You are a nice boy. He was very happy. And at home now, he had another sister. Whole time he used to pinch her. Mother had told me that. I said, you are alone at home? He said, no, I got a sister. Okay. Does she cry? Yes. When does she cry? Many times. For what? Then he told me many things. And you don't do anything to her? Do you hug her? Do you kiss her? And no, I pinch her, he said. I said, no, you don't pinch. I'm telling you, no, really I pinch. I said, no, only your 2 fingers are pinching. Ah, yes, only 2 fingers. So will you take care of these 2 fingers and not pinch the little one for 8 days? And next Tuesday you have to come. Today was Tuesday, next Tuesday you have to come. But you have to take care only. You have to become the leader of these 2 fingers. He said, very happy. Went home, never pinched the sister, worrying the mother after 5 days. Take me to that madam, take me to that, he doesn't know I was a nun.
Okay.
Take me to that madam, take me to that madam. So mother was phoned up. I said, bring him. So he came. He's saying, I am the leader of my 2 fingers. I never pinched.
Nice.
So I gave him another 3-4 thing. And after this, if you pinch, you have to come. No, I want to come even if I don't pinch. Why? Because he's getting chocolates. So I told the mother, you bring him whenever you feel like
a reward system with the children. And there's a different method you deal with the adults.
Adults, chocolates and no chocolates and all that stuff. For them, it is complete thought, all that what I told you, know, that full thing.
Okay.
And they themselves have to look after themselves. They have to keep a book. I did this with my husband, I did this with my children, I did this. And come back and speak.
So sister, what inspired you to take up counseling and process work? There must be some
That's another big
inspiration.
story. As soon as I got the ring, that is 5 years after I became a nun, we are juniors and then we get the ring. They appointed me principal and superior of one school in Goa.
Okay.
And I was in Aldona. I said, we cannot disobey our superiors because we have the vow of poverty. And I've just made my vows, 3 vows. Chastity, poverty and obedience. And I said, I'm not going. And those years we didn't have suitcases and all, no, those were trunks and all. So Superior General's telegram she was very fond of me. I was also very fond of her. She was Mother Carmelita. Those years we used to call Mother. Now we don't call. I was very fond of her and she also was very fond. So she said, she used to send a telegram in the morning, put your hands in the hands of the Lord and go, and you will do well. Luckily, I had a nice superior in the house, Sister Sylvania. She used to give me money. I used to send a telegram in the evening. I am not putting the hand, no, I am not going, I am not getting out of this house. I cannot disobey superior. Say, you can't disobey. But sister, I am not going, I am frightened of those nuns. They are so old and I am so young. I was young and they were old. And one day I dreamt that they sent me there, and in the night I put that trunk on my head and I came home. So I sent that to my superior general, that time Mother Carmelita. So she said, okay, we'll relieve you of that. But with superior I had to go for some meeting. With the superior you have to come to Bangalore. I said, only on one account. You don't tell me in Bangalore when I come, go back and become the superior in that house and principal. I am not going to become, please. So she said, I will not tell you. As soon as she saw me when we got down those years, we went by bus. Got down, she saw me and she said, stupid. I said, you say stupid or anything, but don't tell me to go down. She said, now I'm sending you to Vellore for counseling. That is how Irish Vellore for counseling. And as soon as that counseling was over, she appointed me principal and superior of our school in Fatima Convent, Margao. Now I said, I can't say no, and I went.
Okay. And any qualities that one would require to be a counselor, in short?
No, I don't think you need qualities. You only need listening ears, because you have to listen. They help them to talk. And when you're young, you remember what they tell. Now for me, what I do, I take down I tell them, see, I'm old now, I forget, and I don't want to forget anything that you have told me. So I make notes, not when they are there, sometimes when they are there, but mostly after they are gone. I make notes so that next time when they come, I look at the notes before they are coming. So I am prepared what they had told me and what I have told them.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but then process work would be only for the individual or people all around them, like their family?
I am doing process work to date, and I am training counselors, and I am training process workers, and I am going to invite you to come for the training.
So how many years have you been into this process work now?
From 2000.
till date.
till date.
And
And I love it. I have been a very happy religious, very happy as a nun, and I'm very happy as a process work professional.
so does this...
I was trained in Ahmedabad for process work, and for counseling I was trained in Vellore.
Okay. So what is a typical day like for you? Does your process work come into your day-to-day activities?
No, if they come for counseling, nowadays I don't go to the center. I run a center,
Okay.
counseling and process work training center.
Okay.
Now I don't go to the center in the evenings because of my age. I feel tired. So all counseling is done in the morning. So I prefer to do process work rather than counseling. They come for counseling, but I do process work.
Okay.
They pay me, except now for the last 2 years, our bishop has asked us not to charge the parishioners. So I don't charge the parishioners.
This is MAPSA.
Mapsa.
Okay. And what is a typical day like for you? Or
Typical
just-
day is a heavy day. Get up in the morning, I put in my hour of prayer. After that we have our community morning prayer, we call it Lord's Community Morning Prayer, followed by Mass. After Mass, breakfast, then go to the center. And then counseling process work goes on till 12:30, 1 o'clock, come home, have lunch. And these days, lockdown days, I don't go to the center, but after my prayer in the morning and answering all my messages, then I pray again, another hour or so, and after lunch I rest a little, then have my bath. 6 o'clock we have an hour of prayer for pandemic, for the people.
Oh, yes.
So we 6 to 7 prayer. 7 o'clock our evening prayer, we call it Vespers, followed by dinner. Some days we have recreation community, some days we have reading, and one day in a week we have a film. On Tuesdays, film.
Okay. So coming back to process work sister, because that is what you are a lot involved with. Are there any memorable experiences? I mean, you dealing, besides your community, dealing with your parishioners or other people who you help, is there any particular memorable experience that you have? That you were really able to totally transform somebody? Or
Yeah, almost all. We help people to become positive.
Okay. Okay. And just a little bit about a little award that you got for all your work with the Street Providence. Can you tell us about your work with Street Providence here?
I'll tell you all the work I'm doing at the moment.
Okay.
Not only Street Providence.
At this age?
Yeah, at this age. Not alone with that gentleman, I have Mr. Freddie Dyers. He drives me. He's about 4 to 5 days in a year. We go for the homebounds, birthdays. Another 4 or 5 days in a year, we go for the homebounds, Salset.
Okay.
And homebounds, we counsel them, and he prays over them. I do counseling. Then we go to Savantwadi once a month. Once a month we go to Savantwadi to the cancer hospital. We counsel them and help them to get ready to meet their God. They are Hindu, Muslim, Catholic, and our Freddie knows Hindi, Konkani, Marathi to speak. So it's a great blessing. I know only English. I know Konkani also, but I can talk fluently only in English. But he knows other languages, so it becomes he is a blessing. Then once a month, we go to the cloistered Carmel in Chikali, those nuns who don't come out for counseling and process work. Then we go to the street men, Street Providence.
Yeah.
They are street men and women. We go to Margaon and to Kavelosi for the street men, and in Asnora. And for street women to Saligaon. Every Thursday. We counsel them, we listen to their problems, we help them to remain clean.
You mean to say with hygiene? Yeah.
Hygiene. We help them, tell them about hygiene. We teach them about food habits, how not to waste and not to, all that we do with them. But you know what? Now for 2 months I haven't gone. I don't know whether they miss me, but I'm missing them.
Okay. So the award that you got.
Not only they must be giving many people, because it is said a certificate of appreciation or award for appreciation for the year 2019-2020. So it looks like they give others also.
And just wanted to know, are there any other sisters with you in the convent who accompany you, or are you?
No, I am the only. Our main apostolate is education. We also do counseling, and I am doing training also.
Okay.
But we don't have enough sisters for education only. So although the sisters are trained in my kind of work, once they retire they can do.
Okay.
But at the moment I don't have a sister. I am alone with lay people. I have one Miss Joan Pinto. I have one Maria Luisa Valadares. So they are there with me. I have Piedad with me.
Okay.
I have Freddy Dias with me. So they help me out.
Okay.
We all work together.
And any other, on a lighter note, any other hobbies or
hobbies? I love reading.
Okay.
Any minute I get any paper, I get anything, I read. I love reading. That's my hobby, I think.
Okay.
Not only spiritual reading books, I read any kind of anything. I will read and read and read.
Okay, and being a sister, a nun, maybe if you could trace your entire journey, and I'm sure there's God's hand into all this, right from the time you joined the convent to the time
to date,
into your field of education, to your process work, and up to date.
Without him, I'm 80. Nobody believes I'm 80. And they'll always say 60, 70, because of the work I do.
All right. So could you give any advice to any one who is aspiring to, either join the convent, be like you, or to get into the field of counseling process work?
I can't. Okay, I would only say, if God is calling you, don't say no. I said no because of boyfriends, because of other things. I said no for a long time. I went only at the age of 23. For a long time I said no to God about dallying with my vocation, and I said because of boyfriends. And it's not only because of boyfriends, but worrying about that God is calling me and I am not listening to him. I started falling sick. I had appendicitis, I had tonsillitis, I had something on my leg, and all needed operation. And I had a priest to whom I had one single priest as my confessor. His name was, if I can trust my memory, Father Santan. We have the boys' school there. He was the principal of that school.
In Aldona.
In Aldona. And I told him, see, God is calling me, but I cannot go because I'm falling sick. How old are you? So I told him 23. No, doesn't matter. You go there, he said. If you fall sick, they will send you home. I went there. Not one day I fell sick. Till I went to Chandigarh. Chandigarh, I had hysterectomy. And even now, my health is fairly good. I can't say fully. With medicine, I'm really good. And I thank God for that I went to the religious life, and I'm very happy with the religious life. But I would tell the younger people, don't say no to God. If he calls you, you come, because wherever if you're called for married life, please don't become a nun. And if you're called to become a nun, don't stay single, but become a nun. Or don't get married. Because I've been happy. I don't think my brothers and sisters, they are all happily married. They have enough of money. They give me for my work. But I think I'm the happiest of the lot. Even my mother, she used to say, you are the happiest of the lot. I've been very happy in my religious life. So I would tell the youngsters, if God is calling you, don't say no.
So you are 80 and you're already doing a lot of work for your age.
No, with a team, not alone.
Pardon?
With a team, alone.
With a team, yeah. Yes. But
because now even to go down, I need a hand.
Of course, but you are doing a lot for your age, at the age of 80. Is there still any dream that you have in the future?
I just got a call from, I think they are sisters from Damede and something, got a call. We heard that you all are doing something for the senior citizens. We have a home for the aged. Can you all come? We would like to go there also.
Okay. That'll be your next.
Yeah, anyone calls me, I will go. Anyone.
Okay.
As long as I can. And if they pay me or not, God gives me money somehow to pay them. I don't charge for myself.
Okay.
I don't take money in my provincials. No need to taking money for yourself. I pay them. And God gives me money. I have enough to pay. I've never had, I never had a time when I said, I got no money to pay them. And my society, I never ask money. But I don't ask my convent to give me money to pay them.
Okay.
God gives me somehow.
And one last maybe message to our viewers. Is there anything that you would like to tell them?
I would say life is a journey, and if you live it, you are happy. You can, if you live it to the fullest, meaning whatever you can do, especially for the poor, for the needy, like the street men, and for them, I know you are never in want. So may God bless you and the viewers and all of us.
Thank you so much, sister, for your time with us, and may God bless you lots and give you the kind of strength you need to do the work that you're doing.
And God bless you too.